Welcome to a new episode of Norway Perspectives, brought to you by Norway Relocation Group, your trusted partner for relocating to Norway and staying informed, confident, and protected while building a new life here. In today's episode, we're focusing on one of the most essential and often confusing parts of settling in: how to rent a home in Norway. Whether you're a single newcomer, an international student, a working professional, or a family moving from abroad, finding housing is a big step, and the rules might be very different from what you're used to. In this episode, we'll cover where and how to find legitimate rentals, what to expect in a typical Norwegian lease, how deposits work and what the law says about them, what rights and protections you have as a tenant, what costs to expect and what's usually included, how to avoid common rental scams, what to do if a dispute arises with your landlord, and how learning basic Norwegian through NLS Norwegian Language School will help you understand contracts, communicate with landlords, and handle housing challenges on your own. Let's begin with how the rental market works. 1. Where and how to find a rental in Norway. The rental market in Norway is primarily private. Unlike many countries where large companies own hundreds of buildings, most Norwegian rental properties are owned by individual landlords. Here's where most people look. Finn? No. Norway's largest and most trusted rental listing platform. Hybel? No. Especially useful for shared housing, students, or young renters. Facebook groups, like Apartments for Rent in Oslo, but use caution private real estate agencies, Utli Megler, which manage property for landlords. On Finn, no, you can search by area, postcode or neighborhood, number of bedrooms, furnished or unfurnished, price range, availability date. Whether pets are allowed, you'll usually need a valid D number or fødselsnummer, proof of income or employment, copies of your ID. A written introduction, in English or Norwegian. Most landlords respond to well-written inquiries and move quickly, so be ready to act when you find something you like. 2. What a standard lease contract includes. In Norway, a rental contract is called a leie contract. It should be in writing, signed by both parties, and follow the structure set by the Norwegian Tenancy Act, husleieloven. Key elements include start and end date of the lease, rent amount and payment terms, deposit amount and conditions, notice period for ending the lease, usually 3 months, who pays utilities, internet, maintenance restrictions, pets, smoking, etc., condition checklist or inspection report. Leases are typically for 1 to 3 years, with rolling renewals unless canceled. Some are fixed term and cannot be ended early, while others are ongoing with standard notice. Important: contracts can be written in Norwegian or English, but the Norwegian version will take legal precedence in disputes. 3. What's included in rent and what's not. Rent in Norway usually includes use of the apartment shared building maintenance, water and municipal services. It may or may not include electricity, strøm, often paid by tenant based on usage. Internet, some buildings include this, others don't. Furniture, furnished, semi-furnished, or unfurnished, varies. Laundry, private machines or shared laundry room, vaskerom. Average rents in major cities, 2024 figures. Oslo, 12,000, 17,000 NOK for a one-bedroom Bergen, 10,000, 14,000 NOK. Trondheim, 9,000, 13,000 NOK. Stavanger, 9,000, 12,000 NOK shared housing, 5,000, 8,000 NOK per room. Ask for clarification before signing. If you're not sure how to read the contract, Norway Relocation Group offers contract review and assistance. 4. How deposits work and how to protect yours. In Norway, most landlords require a deposit equal to 3 months' rent, plus the first month paid up front. So, if the rent is 15,000 TOS NOK month, you'll need to pay 60,000 TOS NOK at move-in. Legal rules. The deposit must be placed in a separate deposit account, depositumskonto, in your name at a Norwegian bank. The account is locked. The landlord cannot touch the funds without your consent or a court ruling. You earn interest while the money sits in the account. The landlord must provide a receipt and account confirmation. Do not send a deposit to a private bank account. It's illegal and a major red flag. At the end of your lease, you get the full deposit back unless there's documented damage or unpaid rent. Normal wear and tear is not grounds for withholding money. Disputes are handled through Husleietvistutvalget, the Housing Disputes Tribunal 5. Your rights and obligations as a tenant. As a tenant in Norway, your rights are protected by law. You are entitled to a safe and functioning home, written notice before inspections or changes, 3 months' notice for lease termination by landlord, a refund of your deposit, minus documented damage. Protection from arbitrary rent increases privacy. Landlords can't enter without consent or proper notice. You are responsible for paying rent on time, cleaning and maintaining the unit, reporting major problems like leaks or mold, immediately respecting building rules and neighbors, returning the apartment in good condition, standard cleaning required. If there's a dispute, you can contact Husleietvistutvalget, Housing Dispute Board, Leieborforeningen, Tenants Association, for members Norway Relocation Group, if you need help navigating these systems in English 6, avoiding scams and illegal rentals. Scams are unfortunately common, especially on social media. Common scam signs: landlord claims to live abroad and can't meet you. You're asked to pay a deposit before seeing the property or signing a lease. Fake listings copied from Finn. No contract or overly informal agreement. Refusal to use a deposit account. To protect yourself, never pay before you sign. Always view the property in person or over video. Verify the landlord's identity. Use official channels and avoid WhatsApp-only conversations. Use NLS Norwegian Language School courses to learn how to read housing ads, reply to messages, and ask the right questions. 7. Ending your lease. Notice periods and cleaning. When you decide to move out, you must give written notice according to your contract. Standard is 3 months. You are responsible for standard cleaning. Deep clean bathrooms, kitchen, windows, and floors. If you fail to clean properly, the landlord may deduct the cost from your deposit. Always photograph the apartment at handover. Some landlords are very strict, while others are flexible, but it's best to document everything. If you have lived in the home for many years, minor wear is considered normal. The landlord cannot demand new paint or renovation unless there is damage. 8. Why learning Norwegian helps you rent smarter. Most contracts, building notices, bank letters, and landlord communication are in Norwegian only. If you can read and understand rental agreements, messages from Finn, no electricity bills, handover reports, move-out cleaning expectations, you'll be much more independent, protected, and confident. At NLS Norwegian Language School, you can take practical courses focused on housing, banking, and legal terms, evening or online classes for working professionals, private tutoring for urgent housing situations, beginner to advanced courses aligned with CEFR levels. Whether you're brand new or preparing for Norsk Proven, NLS gives you real Norwegian for real life. 9. Final thoughts. Finding a rental in Norway isn't just about location and price. It's also about understanding the system, your rights, and your responsibilities. At Norway Relocation Group, we help newcomers find legitimate housing review lease contracts, avoid scams, communicate with landlords, understand bills, deposits, and disputes. And when it comes to navigating rental life in Norwegian, we always recommend NLS Norwegian Language School, where the language you learn helps you live more confidently, not just pass a test. Thanks for watching this episode of Norway Perspectives. If this helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who's moving to Norway, and we'll see you in the next episode.